This is an afternoon and evening to remember the past, the present, and the future.
But it's something we need to do, because extinction, we now know, is not something that's distant. It's not something that happened in another country a long time ago, that's in a black and white picture that we've chosen to forget about. It's something that's happening here and now in our lifetimes. We have to act, we have to take responsibility, and we have to do something about this.
We need an awful lot of farmers to want to change what they're doing and to believe that they can change what they're doing and pay their bills.
What we know about the decline of wildlife in this country, what we know about the global position, there is one thing we can now point to, which is the main reason for most of what's going on. It's the way we feed ourselves. It's our food system. 60% of the biodiversity loss now occurring can be attributed to the way in which we're supplying food to meet human demand.
In the 60s, we were only spraying our wheats with one herbicide and sometimes an insecticide. But by the 1990s, we were spraying our wheat crops with 3 herbicides, 2 growth regulators, 2 insecticides and 3 fungicides. And then we wonder where all the wildlife's got to.
And a key word in the trust is sympathetic, and our farming techniques, they are sympathetic. We look at the wildlife and the implications of actions we can do, because at the end of the day, the wildlife lives in the fields, we don't. That's their home. And I try and do everything I can to not muck up things, the habitat for them.
We can all be massively grateful to him and to fate that it paid off, because it has made this country a richer place. Because of him, we have a holding bank of living, breathing knowledge and skills. He's shown us not only how to reconcile farming with the natural world, but why we absolutely have to do that across the board. Prince Charles. Robin is one of the least establishment figures I've ever come across in my life, but Prince Charles, being the pinnacle of the establishment, is as much of a fan as Robin Page as I am. And he once said, Lark Rise Farm is the embodiment of a vision that matters to us all. So I very simply want to thank you all for backing that vision, helping Robin make it a reality. As he said when we were walking in, this is the CRT. And he's right, you are the CRT. You've helped him make this dream a reality. And I want to thank Robin for absolutely everything you've done for us, for nature, for farming, for the world. Thank you.
All of this stuff at the time, people said, oh, that's all small scale, it will never work. But actually those pioneers, they made the big deal, the big picture, look solvable by doing it themselves. And this is exactly the context of the CRT's work right now, I would say, is that we're being provided with examples of how we can bend the curve back in the other direction, at the same time as restoring the wildlife, restoring the rural economy. This is a really powerful thing to be doing at a moment when the world is now struggling and grasping for the things that we hope can start to put us on a different trajectory. Because in the end, it's not just the wildlife that will be at risk, of course, it's the entire of the human economy and human civilization. So the stakes are very high. You might walk around Lark Rise Farm and think to yourself, well, this is rather a small fry thing in the greater scheme of things. No, it's not. Because the biggest thing that we need to solve these big challenges is the inspiration and hope that comes from a good example. Robin, you've provided us with some of that. Thank you so much, and we're very much looking forward to the next 25 years when hopefully we'll see the real big impact on policy and thinking that comes from proving it can be done. Thank you so much.